Good morning, everyone. This is Eric Lofholm. I want to welcome all of you to our morning sales boost. Special guest today. Uh, Bill's going to be training with us. Bill, if you want to hit on mute. And
Yeah.
Bill is one of the world's leading experts on referrals. And referrals has been a huge part of my business. And Bill, I'm going to turn the meeting over to you to share some great ideas with us today on referrals.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. And good morning, everyone. I'm coming from the other side of the country in the Eastern time zone, so it's not quite as early for me on that. So thank you guys for being here today. Yes. And so, Eric, thanks for having me in your community. Excited about jumping in and sharing. Hopefully, my goal is today is in this short time that you've got, we have with together, is to share some ideas, some tactics that you can take and start implementing into your business today. That's what I'm all about. I know Eric is about that. It's like about taking action. It's right, knowledge to action. If we keep it in our head, it doesn't help us. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint, and then we're going to jump into it. And I'll just tell you guys, I move fast, so just people would say, can you slow down? And I'm gonna say no, but if you can just listen faster, it would probably be it'll be all good for all of us on that part of it. And so, as Eric kind of mentioned, I'm not going to go into all about me because it's not about me, but just so you guys know, I've spent the last 35 years. Yes, it makes me old. I spent 6 years in the Air Force, came out in '91, and became an entrepreneur. I've had two exits, one in the healthcare industry, one in the real estate industry. And what I do now is I coach and train around the country on how to build a referral based business. That's Eric mentioned at the top, what's my gifting? And I think that's probably it for me, is being able to teach people how to take something that really is simple and even make it simpler and be able to use it in their business. So let's jump into it this morning. So, when is the best time to ask for a referral? Because all of us are on here because we want to grow our businesses. Doesn't matter what industry that you're in. All of us want to be able to do that. And so I think when I look at that, is it's always when your client is experiencing the value you provide. Okay. And what do I mean by that? And what I mean by that is that we want to be listening for language. And you guys are in Eric's world, and he's one of the best in the world around language, around scripting. But what I want us to be thinking about today is I want us to have our listening ears on. And I am going to share a script with you because all anyone that does anything at a high level is knows what to say at all times. And so the three things that I want to share with you that we're going to jump in, that I'm going to break down, is when looking for what I call referral moments. Okay. Uh, and those are going to be at times when we hear certain phrases and certain words from our clients that are giving us the opening at that point to step in and ask for a referral or an introduction. Okay. And the three that I'm going to talk about today, because those are what I believe are always kind of the top three, are results, emotion, and then recommendation. So let's jump into that. So the first one is what I call the results. And this one is that when the client has basically you've produced an outcome for them. So they hired you to, for example, if you're in the real estate world, if they hired you to sell their home and you got it sold for top dollar for a short amount of time, right? That's results oriented. And you're going to hear certain phrases that are going to come up. And I just listed a few of those. Oh my gosh, this worked better than I expected. We finally reached our goal. I can't believe how quickly this came together. I can't believe how much you got for the house, right? So think about in your own industry, in your own business. All of us that are on this call today have had those moments, right? Those where people are like going, man, you produce way more than what we expected. That's a referral moment. And the reason why that's so powerful is that it's in the moment. And then because really what we're talking about today is that when we just finished a project or we've hit a milestone with our clients, and then that's getting shared with us, is not to go past that. So many times I hear it, and I've done it myself. So I'm as guilty as anyone else when someone's like, "Oh, you did an amazing job. Thank you so much." And we're like, "Oh, hey, my pleasure. Just doing my job." And so today, what I want us to take away from this is let's not stop there. Let's go through the door that our clients are actually opening for us, figuratively, to us to be able to make an ask. Okay, so number one is the results. Number two is is the emotional moment. And that's going to be anytime that someone expresses gratitude, excitement, relief. Oh my gosh, you made this so much easier. I can finally breathe again. I didn't know what I would done without you. And again, Tony Robbins talks about this a lot, and it's being in state. You always hear if you read anything around Tony or been around him, and I know Eric is worked with Tony. And the issue is like Tony always talks about it's like keep catching people in a positive state. So, for example, we wouldn't want if we sold their house for $100,000 less and it took us 6 months longer, that client's probably not going to be in an positive emotional state. Maybe not the best opportunity or the time to pick to ask, oh, hey, who else do you know that could benefit from, taking longer to sell your home and for less money, right? So we want to make sure that we're listening for those moments. And again, we have to slow down. And I just know for me, and if you guys probably don't suffer from the challenge that I do, is sometimes we move very quickly. We're like, oh yeah, we're on to the next deal. We helped those people. We did a great job for them. We're like, hey, we're going to close that one out and we're going to go over here and we're going to start looking for the next one. Don't rush past this. If you don't take anything that I say this morning, is that slow down. And because again, the client has opened that door, and that is our opportunity at that point to step into that and to make that ask. Okay. Third one is going to be the what I call the recommendation, or it's the advocacy, right? And this is all of us have heard this. And the thing that I'll share with you guys is that a lot of these will happen sometimes at the same time. I can have a results and an emotion and a recommendation happen all in one conversation because we've done something great for them. They're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe, this happened. I feel so relieved," emotion. And then we will at times then for those that are making that ask, they'll go, "Oh, I tell everyone about you. I'm always, talking about you," which is great and it's what we want. But there's also going to be another piece of that I'm gonna share with you guys as we step into that, what to say when we hear those referral moments. So results, the emotion, and then recommendation. And really all we really have to just remember is this person happy with what I'm doing? Are they in a positive state of mind? Are they saying good things about me or about what I've done, our company's done, whatever that may look like? That's when that opportunity exists for us to then step into that. Okay. So let's talk about a little bit about like what we say, right? We all love to know what we say because so many times we don't say it and we don't ask. And the reason being is we don't know what to ask or what to say. This is the number one thing of people that I talk with. It's like I don't know like when to say it or how to say it. So the good news is we're gonna learn that today. So here's the thing. Don't settle for thank you. And what I mean by that is that when we have someone that says, "Oh my gosh, thank you for doing such a great job for me," is instead of saying, "Oh, thank you," is yes, we can thank you, but then what we want to do is that we want to do three things. Okay. We want to acknowledge the value, meaning is like, okay, hey, yes, thank you you are welcome and thank you for the business. We want to connect it to others, and then we want to ask a clear question. So, for example, you guys see there to the right, there's just a simple script. It's a jumping off point on the script, and Eric knows it teaches this, and he's amazing at it. Is like you want to make sure we internalize the script so it doesn't sound like a script. It's that we know what to say when we hear this. So it's a referral moment. Then we go, now I know what to say. For example, hey, Bill, thank you so much. I can't believe that what we sold the house for and how fast that happened. Oh my God, Eric, thank you. And you are welcome. I'm so glad to hear that. Most of my business comes from helping people just like you, right? Connecting to others. Who do you know that may be dealing with something similar that could use my help? Okay. Simple. But what we're doing is that we're going past the thank you. And at that point in time that we're able then to go, just let people know, hey, here's how my business works. And we may say something like, oh, hey, as you may know, my business is made up of mostly introductions and referrals from great clients just like you. But what I want us to do is I want us to know what to say. And then what we're going to do is that third part, who do you know? Not if, hey, if you stumble across someone, if you may know someone, we want to pre-frame that. Who do you know that may be dealing with something similar that could use my help? Here's what I've found is that people know other people that are going through what they're going through. Why? It's because they're usually talking about it, right? So I'm trying to sell my home, or I'm trying to, do something, do a remodel at my house, whatever, fixing, building a website, whatever that may be, is like going, oh, I'm going through the same thing, or I need to do that. Then because our reticular activator is going to be drawn toward that, where going, oh, hey, I have a friend of mine that's thinking about they're selling because I think they're going to be moving to Colorado. Wonderful. Hey, would you do me a favor? Would you mind connecting me with them? The best way that I find to do that is to do a joint email, add myself and yourself and the person that you want to refer to me. And then when I see that, I can take it from there. Would that be okay? And I share that second piece, and I didn't put it on here, but it is important, is to teach people how to refer us and to connect us. Because you'll have go back to the recommendation part of it where people are going, oh, I tell everyone about you, Bill. Oh, that's awesome. And I appreciate you doing that. Here's one of the things that I find that works the best, and it saves you a bunch of time, is to just do a joint email. Again, I want to, not that it makes it easy for me that I know that I'll get connected with people, but I'm just taking it off of their plate. Hey, I know you're busy and I love that you refer me. Here's how I find to make that to work the easiest. And when we do that, then it's going to be more likely that's going to happen. Okay. So we're coming up, we're getting close on our time. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys, and I'll turn it back over to Eric, is I live in the world of referrals, and a lot of times people will go, "Oh yeah, I get referrals," or I think I'm pretty referable. Well, I built what I call the referability rating quiz, and it's 14 questions. You can do this in less than 2 minutes, and then basically what it will do, it will rate your referability on a scale of 1 to 100. It's going to give you a firm number. You're going to get it instantly. So if you scan the QR code, if you're watching on your phone, I can get it to Eric, and then we can drop it.
I already put it in the chat.
Thanks, Eric. And then so you can just get a copy of that, and it's a great starting point of being able to then go, oh, okay. And here's what I found: a lot of people's numbers look different than they kind of think they are. Some good, some not so good. So at least it lets you know, and then you can start working on like, hey, what do we need to do in order to start to increase those introductions and increase that. So remember, be thinking and be listening for those positive moments, right? From the results, from the emotion, and from the recommendation. And make sure you go past that thank you and step into that ask. So that's what I've got for you, Eric. I'll stop my share and I will turn it back over to you.
Fantastic, Bill. Thank you so much. And Bill's going to be doing a special referral training. The morning sales boost, as you guys know, it's just 15 minutes. And Bill specializes in referrals. So I'm teaching overall sales, and Bill's really locked in on the referral aspect. And so I'm going to be adding him to a number of the trainings I'm going to be doing here in the future. I learned some great things today. There was some insights that Bill shared today that I got value from. And I have clients tell me, oh, Eric, you made such a big difference for me. But my brain hasn't been going to, oh, there's a referral opportunity. So I learned some really valuable information today. And Bill's going to be doing a training for us next Wednesday. I dropped the link in the chat. If you're watching the recording of this, or if you didn't get the link, you can reach out to me directly with an email or text, and we'll get you that information. You can attend that live or the recording. And Bill, thank you for sharing your gifts with us today.
My pleasure.
You're welcome. Really valuable information, you know, I would imagine a lot of you on this call, there's some, just type yes in the chat if there's some room for you to improve in the area of referrals, if that's you. And as good as I am at referrals, there's some room for me to improve. You know, I got some great things out of just a short amount of time that Bill spoke today. So I'm grateful that I was on the call. That's going to wrap up our call today, guys. Take today through the finish line with a great mindset, a positive attitude, with great energy. Go out and produce whatever producing looks like for you. And thank you for joining. Yvette, have a great day. Vicky, great to see you today. Urban, thank you for joining. Tony, great to have you guys in class. Thank you guys for the emojis. Yeah, give Bill some emojis. Give him some love in the Zoom chat. Todd, thanks for joining today. Thomas, thanks for being here. Sherry, thanks for joining. Sheila, great to have you in class today. Russ, thanks for joining. Roy, great to see you. Rose, thanks for being here today. Michelle, thank you for joining. Michael, great to have you in class today. Max, thanks for joining. Marie, great to have you. Lynn, thanks for your accountability. Lakeitha, I believe in you. Thanks for showing up. Kimberly, thanks for being here today. Kim, thanks for joining. Joe, great to have you. Joseph, thank you for joining today. Jenny, great to have you in class today. Jeffrey, thanks for joining. Jacques, today's class, perfect message to help you get more referrals for your business. Yvonne, thanks for joining today. Greta, today's content, great for you as well. Greg, thanks for joining. Gina, thanks for being here today. Eric, perfect topic for you. We've been working on referrals with you. Kathy, thanks for joining. And Bill, thanks again for being our guest expert today. Everyone have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.